On April 24th, 2024, Joe Biden signed an act that changed everything for TikTok creators. This act, which is called the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Application Act. Oh man, can they just come up with a better name? That took me like 2 minutes to record. This act puts ByteDance in a situation where they need to sell TikTok before January 19th, 2025, or else they will face a ban in the United States. As we all know, there are a bunch of divided arguments when it comes to this ban. We have those in support of TikTok and those who are completely against it. We have TikTok content creators posting videos on why the ban is such a bad idea, and even the CEO himself is posting videos about this. And as the CEO of TikTok said himself, this platform supports small business owners to make ends meet, teachers who inspire students, and for users who want to discover joy with creators. Without TikTok, a whole ecosystem of communities is about to collapse. But what if I told you in the next few months we would actually see a huge shift made by these TikTok content creators? We've actually seen it with a similar platform in the past, and I think it will actually happen again. Now, if you don't know what Vine was, then here is just a really quick, simple history lesson. Vine was a platform that allowed content creators to upload 3 to 6 second clips and share it among millions of users. And this was way before the creation of TikTok. They were the predecessors and the innovators behind short form content. But on January 17th, 2017, Vine shut down and ceased all operations. While millions of creators were left to run on the dying Vine platform, some creators took this as an opportunity to expand and shift their focus. Instead of just eating dust and accepting the fatal downfall of Vine, there was a huge exodus of content creators that moved away from the Vine platform over to other platforms like Instagram and YouTube. Some of these creators include Logan Paul, David Dobrik, Gabby Hanna, and Thomas Sanders. All of these creators had a huge following on Vine and managed to partially survive Vine's shutdown. The reason why so many of these old Vine creators are still relevant to this day is because they were able to shift so many of their audiences over to different platforms before shutting down Vine. And even till now, some of these creators are still posting on YouTube and still has a really high view rate. While we all know how one of these content creators leveraged off of his YouTube channel to build a boxing career and develop his own energy drink. So what can we learn from this? And how is this relevant to TikTok at the moment? Well, I think this is what we're gonna see happen in the next coming months for TikTok. We, the users of TikTok, are about to see the biggest exodus of content creators and users away from a social media platform. We're about to see some of your favorite content creators move off of TikTok and experiment with other platforms. It could be with other short form platforms like YouTube Shorts or even Instagram Reels, or we might even see some of these creators convert over to long form content and posting them on YouTube, which is something very similar to what I just mentioned about old Vine content creators. Great, this sounds amazing. But as a content creator, you can't just force yourself into a new platform. Sure, you can definitely post a video on your TikTok page promoting your new YouTube channel or Instagram page, but at most you'll probably see a 1% to even hopefully a 2% conversion of your original audience. The reason why this conversion is so low is because your viewers need to be reminded that you actually have other platforms where you create content. I mean, just think about it. How often do you follow your favorite content creator on different social media platforms? You probably just have 1 or even 2 content creators that you really do like and just follow them consistently, either be it on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or even LinkedIn. So this isn't as easy as you might think it is. You have to be consistent in reminding your audience to actually follow you on other social media channels and give them a real good reason why you should actually do it. Let's take another case study from Vine, for example. The best case of successfully moving off of the Vine platform was actually David Dobrik. Months before Vine was about to shut down, Dobrik began the move of shifting his Vine audience over to the YouTube platform. Dobrik often promoted his YouTube channel in his Vine videos so his loyal audience would convert over and understand that he's actually making more content on other platforms. Dobrik's consistent action of continuously promoting his YouTube channel saved him big time, and he was one of the few creators to minimize the negative effects of Vine shutting down. In fact, since the majority of his audience shifted from Vine to YouTube, Dobrik experienced insane growth for his YouTube channel and consistent viewership. Dobrik actually had a lot more loyal followers that followed him on YouTube compared to Logan Paul. And this is what I mean that TikTok content creators nowadays have to be consistent in promoting their other social media platforms. Look, I understand you might be thinking this only applies to really famous or big content creators out there and they have a bigger audience where they can just shift their focus somewhere else. But this transition works for every type of content creator that solely relies on TikTok to make ends meet. Be it with a comedian, a small business owner, a lawyer, a doctor, and even a teacher. You can slowly and gradually migrate your own TikTok audience to a different platform and sustain your own growth. And more importantly, this reduces the negative effects of TikTok shutting down. And I guarantee you, if you are a creator watching this video, you will 100% save your career and prevent yourself from experiencing any turmoil. But what kind of content should you even make, especially on a platform like YouTube where long form videos are just more common? Well, I can tell you, after working with so many different creators, content that works on one platform can easily be transported over to a different platform. As a creator, you already have so many great ideas uploaded on your TikTok page. You can actually take all of these video ideas, convert it over to a long form video, even extend it if you want to, and upload it onto the YouTube platform. And you'll be surprised by the amount of views you'll actually get if you were to make the same content onto different social media platforms. So if you're a content creator that solely relies on TikTok, you really need to start now, and you have to start shifting your audience over to different social media platforms. If you leave it for the last month, the last week, or even the last day, you'll be sad to see that your follower count is much lower than you anticipated, and worst of all, you just lose all your progress. What about the users of TikTok? What can TikTok users expect in the coming months when scrolling on the platform? Well, the biggest thing you really expect is to see a lot of these TikTok creators post videos about their different social media channels. It could be either a prompt shown on the screen, a link in the description of the video, or even the content creators themselves will say it in the video. This will act as a reminder for you that they actually have other channels where they post content. So if you really like a specific TikTok creator, you should definitely go follow them. And as more TikTok creators begin doing this, we will be the first in history to actually see the biggest exodus of users and creators off of a social media platform.